Nova University is dedicated to advancing science and disseminating knowledge for the benefit of society. At Nova, this vision is driven by a firm commitment to open science principles.
And for us, it is clear that this can only happen effectively through the adoption of open, transparent, reproducible, and responsible research practices.
Nova University is fully committed to implementing open science principles, aligning its institutional policy with the national policy of the Portuguese Foundation for Science and Technology.
This national policy is being revised and should be released soon. And the goal is that Nova University to align its open science policy document with the national principles.
To facilitate this, Nova is elaborating an open science guide with clear guidelines, aiming to clarify main questions for the research community.
That's why we are also now elaborating an open science guide with clear guidelines, which hopefully will be able to clarify our research community's main questions. And with this guide, Nova University also seeks to be aligned with several recommendations, such as the UNESCO recommendation on open science, the guidelines of the European Commission, of course also from the Portuguese Foundation for Science and Technology, Science Europe, COARA, and also with some of the networks that we are part of, such as UNIRI.
Nova University promotes open science through various initiatives, including the establishment of a national repository network and mandatory deposit of open access publications.
Nova University Lisbon has been promoting open science for more than 10 years. We started by integrating a national repository network that is managed by our National Foundation for Science and Technology, and our own repository has been for several years the mandatory one for deposit of open access publications, master and PhD theses. I think it was almost 8 years ago that Nova invested in a direct connector between our CRIS system, the PURE, and this national repository. And this strongly contributes to increase the number of open access publications that were deposited in this repository.
These efforts ensure that researchers only need to deposit their publications once, streamlining the process and fostering open science.
Nowadays, almost 2/3 of the Nova publications are deposited as open access publications, and we rank very well in the top of the Portuguese universities that have the highest proportion of open access publications. For data sets, we have been typically recommending the use of Zenodo and for software GitHub, in line actually with the national guidelines promoting by our Foundation for Science and Technology.
Through strategic initiatives, Nova supports transformative agreements with recognized publishers.
As under these agreements, researchers can publish in open access journals with discount or in hybrid journals at no charge.
Nova is now aiming to release a comprehensive open science policy document and guide.
That Nova is fully in line with the promotion of open science principles, and is now moving to a policy consolidation phase where we aim to release our institutional guidelines and the open science guide that I mentioned, in order to help our researchers navigating this multitude of open science initiatives. I truly believe that this guide will help our research community, again, navigating these main concepts, the principles associated to this topic, but also providing examples of useful tools and having the most relevant information in a single and user-friendly document accessible anywhere at any time. And to conclude, this year we intend to release our open science policy document, and also mentioning that compliance with the rules related to the principles of ethics, integrity, but also, and of course, open science is very well integrated within our organization's research practices and policies, including in the regulation to assess the performance of our researchers.
OPUS, for open and universal science, and making researchers the heroes they truly are.